All right, DJ Connect, what's good? Today we're gonna be hopping into the Pioneer DDJ Rev7. I've had this thing all wedding season, so I don't know what this is, 6 months. Like, please don't be that guy who's gonna go check my video history and find the date and tell me I'm lying. Like, I've seen too many of you trolls and you guys are pissing me off. But I've had this thing for like 6 months, so we're gonna give the rundown of my review of what I think. Like, I've been playing with this thing solely since I got it, whatever that date is. I'm just gonna say 6 months because I feel like it's 6 months. So my honest review right here before we dig into anything, this thing is the bee's knees. I love this controller. It's incredible. Like, it's everything that I've ever wanted in a controller. At the start, I hated these little acrylic plates, but I've grown to love them. Just the way how everything is so buttery smooth and there's kind of no weight to it. I've actually been lately at my buddy's house on actual Tech 12s turntables, and they do feel very similar. There is, of course, differences to actually using vinyl, but I feel like this is one of the nicest like shiftovers. When I was playing with the Rane 12s, there was definitely like a completely different weight. I had very heavy hands at that time because it didn't matter. It had so much torque. It didn't really matter at all how much weight I was going to give it, or I could do really whatever I wanted because it was super digital, no skipping, no worry about torque, all of the power was there. You didn't have to be too very like light-handed like we used to be back in the day. If not, your record's gonna skip, it's gonna cause issues, and I have been having issues anytime I've been cutting at my boy's house. So, long ass intro. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to this fire. My name is Andrew Lindley. I represent the DJ Connect, and I am here for you guys and all of your DJ needs. Everything that you guys are trying to learn out here, I got it for you. You came to the right channel, and today we're talking all Pioneer DDJ Rev7. Let's go. I love this controller. There's so much I can say about it. Everything, honestly, everything about it, I truly love. And also, I'm using a lav mic. I'm doing it in a different style. I'm recording it. So let me know in the comments, please, like how it sounds. Is it sounding good? Is still everything going to be good? Before I had to use my Shure mic to get that nice quality sound, but I had to have it here and like I'd have to be standing over talking into it. So I'm trying something new today. Let's go. So I guess right off the hop, what are my favorite things about the back? Like, there's nothing cool about the back, but there is. So for a controller, the fact that it has 2 microphones is pretty incredible. I have the Shure SLX mic, wireless mic when I go out to gigs. It's great, like it's absolutely an incredible mic, but I do get annoyed that it's only like a 1-channel single microphone. Most times, like, I'm gonna leave the mic at the podium if the podium isn't with me. I'll just leave the mic there for everyone who comes up to speak, and then I'll have my microphone on the side. Back in the day, I used to have a 2 dual mic combo system. This is something that I'm now running into. Like, I gotta make sure I either have a wired mic to swap it out with, or I have to have a full other microphone system. So having this extra mic port, and then you'll see with the mics, you actually have an attenuation knob as well. I'm sure you guys probably can't see too well what's going on back here, but you can adjust the volume on here. So maybe you just have like a earpiece that you're having like dual as a mic, or you have like a lav mic. You can kind of do whatever you want. As long as you have the connections, you're gonna have the attenuation knob to bring up the sound or really dial that in for whatever kind of mic that you are using. You have its own little kind of a mixer. You have the front volume knob, but you actually have the back attenuation knob as well. And then next up, obviously, we got the Aux cable. Aux fire all day. I absolutely love having this Aux cable. I was actually thinking of getting the Rane 1 back in the day because, like, as DJs, we've always only had 2 channels. There's all the guys who say, like, I need 4 channels. I need the 4 channels. I have to have it. It's so important. But really, like, in my opinion, like, just my opinion, nobody's mixing with 4 decks. Like, realistic, unless that's your thing, that like, yeah, I mix 4 decks, Nobody's doing that. Like me in my whole life, I probably attempted it once. In reality, never ever. Like I don't even know why I would ever attempt to do that. Like it's cool that you can have like different elements and stuff, but in reality, like at a wedding, am I going to be 4-deck mixing? No, never, ever, ever. So 2 channels is what I've grown up with my whole career. I don't need any more than that. One thing that is upsetting, like this aux channel, it is not part of the effects. Back when I had the Pioneer DDJ 1000, it was nice. I would plug the aux cable actually into one of the lines, and then I had the option to put like effects on that channel. So anytime I had to play like a request off Spotify or something, if I didn't have it, or I needed to run YouTube for a grand entrance or whatever the situation was, if I ever needed that aux channel, I always had the effect. So I could like echo it out. So it didn't sound so cheesy that like, yeah, this guy's obviously just he's just playing off his computer or something. People couldn't really tell because I had the effects that I could do. I'm sure that I actually could plug it into the channel because there is inputs for each channel that you can change, but I don't want to go through the hassle of that and like changing it and then got to make sure I got to change it back for just to play a track. Like I don't care that much. I'll just echo out on that track, do my thing, and then I'll mix back in on this one while the aux is playing. Whatever it is, like it's just something that I'm a little upset with. I definitely have lived with it. Like I have no problem with it. I love having the aux cable, but it would be nice if I could put effects on it. Apart from that, we got anything else back here? Dual USB, obviously. Booth, RCA out, and then you got your masters. Nothing's plugged. I just got my booth plugged in. That's all I really run at home. And that's key too. Like I have the Rane 12s, a Rane 72. But even at home, I have now chosen that I want to practice with this too. Not only do I use this as my mobile gig like controller, I use this thing to practice with too. Like I love the feeling of it. Everything is perfect the way that I want it to be. And I'm gonna like, right here, I am a Pioneer fanboy, but honestly, I've tried so many other pieces of gear, like they kind of suck. And Rane, I loved Rane for a long time, but the Rane 72, something about it just like, I don't know, it turned me off them forever. The Rane 12s are like, they're the sickest full-size turntables. Like I love mine. I'll never sell them. Like I have them for life. Every piece of gear I kind of have. I don't normally sell anything. I sold the 1000 SRT just because I didn't like it at all. And then I got this. So I had no reason to keep that. I still have my SX2, my Pioneer SX2. I just think Pioneer gear is so nice. And the amount of DJs that I've turned, like they used to be Denon or whatever, and I've told them, once you go Pioneer, you never go back. Like once you go Pioneer, it's over. It's just because their gear is so nicely built. And it's like, it's what, I don't know. I don't want to talk for all DJs, but it's like, it's what the DJs want. It's what, at least like for me, this is the kind of gear that I want. I know that every DJ is going to be their kind of DJ, so you can't, this is just what works for me, and I love it. So next up, what else do we got going on here? I'm still mad that there's no like click at the 0 mark here. They got rid of it for whatever reason. So on the pitch faders, there's no click. So you just got to do what you got to do. Like you'll know, you have your laptop, you can see. If not, it does show on these monitors here. These are something that I thought I was going to hate, but I love them. Like I love them so much. And when I am playing on turntables, I actually find myself hitting the spindle now. Like, cause it's just so flat. Your hand can get very flat on this thing. I actually hit the needle, knocked my hand off. It's a whole thing. You got your tempo range, that's normal. Reset, which is great. Like you hit that, it's just bringing you back to 0 and calling it a day, and it's always gonna stay at 0. So you gotta remember to turn that off if you ever do that. Key lock, obviously, sync. This thing has actually turned me into a sync DJ. Like I'm so lazy these days. Instead of just beat matching it, I'll just hit sync. Like I don't care. All sync is doing, at least on the version that I have on the simple sync, it's just changing the BPM for me. I still have to drop it. I still got to drop the track on on the one. I still got to do all of the work, but I'm just not changing the pitch faders. Like I'll literally all night just set it and forget it. I'll use it like if I'm doing tricks or something, if I have to transition to another BPM or something. If there's a reason, obviously I'm gonna do it, but if it's just like a 1 BPM change, I'm just hitting the sync button. Like I don't even care anymore. It is what it is. Like hate on me, don't hate on me, I don't care. Next up, you just got your utility load buttons. Like they're cool. I don't really use that too much. I use my laptop. In my opinion, for me, my laptop is my #1 piece of DJ gear all day, every single day. I'll say this forever. Like Serato is my most important piece of gear. My laptop, most important piece of gear. Like I would rather play on my old like Pioneer, not even the SX2, the SR, the little baby piece of crap with my computer than anything else. Like the computer to me is so important because it has everything. Like it has your sampler, your loops, all of these features are due to Serato. The all-in-ones are nice if that's what you want to do, but it's just so much more work in my opinion. I love, like the computer to me, #1 thing. Next up, what do we got? Auto loop is nice, just having it right here, dedicated, half and then double. Like it's very simple. You're not like struggling, you're not thinking. It's very like dumbed down to the point and straightforward. Your slip sensor, and then key shift. These buttons right here, this row is a godsend. I'm probably gonna end up putting my stems on here. So my vocal, medley, bass, and then my drums, I'm probably just gonna put it on here just so it's right there. I don't have to change around. Like my thing for the most part, I use my sampler, I use my hotkeys. My sound effects, I'll use this band up here. This, I love it, but I'm not really using it for anything else apart from Scratch Bank or the instant scratch feature. I guess which is next. The instant scratch feature is everything. Like it's so incredible. I don't even have to turn my computer on. It's so awesome to just be able to come here. I gotta turn a little bit of sound on here. So we're gonna see if this works from here on out. Hopefully this works. Because I used to plug this in and I would get a lot of feedback. So we're gonna find out right here. I love that I can like just hit the power button and within 5 seconds, I'm ready to start cutting it up. I think that's one of the most incredible features. I don't think I would ever use this like during a night. I'm just gonna bust out the instant scratch. Maybe there's a time and a place. Maybe I will do that. But overall, like I just love that that's an option that if for some reason, like maybe I'm at a wedding early and I got nothing else to do, I can just start practicing cutting. I don't need my computer turned on. I don't need anything. It's all built into the hardware. Definitely the #1 feature of anything that I've ever dealt with is this top row. And I wonder if this is something that they thought about before. Like they knew stems was coming and they knew that in the future, you're gonna need a few more hotkeys to run stems. I don't know, maybe they had a few, they knew what was going on. Maybe they didn't, it is what it is. And then if not, you got instant scratch bank, which I use this literally all day. I got all my metronomes here. And then if you use it on scratch bank on here, I got my sound effects at the bottom. I got my sound effects there. I got my metronomes on top and I'm good to go. Scratch bank, pooh! I love scratch banks, so dope. And that would be about it. That's everything for the options over here. The platters, I thought I would hate these things. Honestly, I'm starting to love them. They just everything feels so smooth. It is plastic, like it is very plastic. Everything is plastic, but they did it right. Even though they changed everything. And this is something like, go back to my first video. I hated on this at the start, but like I've grown to love it. It just feels really nice. The pitch bend, I know why the pitch bend is here. You can't really, like you can try and edit it, but like the motor, I use it on low torque as well. The motor is very like low. So just touching it, like you're stopping the whole track. You're slowing it down. I feel like there's a reason they knew they needed this pitch bend. And I find myself using it now. Like I've learned that if I touch the platter, there's nothing good that's gonna come of that. So I definitely use the pitch bend now. Faders, obviously Magvel, fire, so nice, fluid, very buttery, very clean. I feel like this controller, just the controller by itself, has really improved my scratching. If you guys have been following me for a while, I'm really slowly starting to understand. And I put a lot of that on this controller just because of like, when you're fighting the torque of like the Rane 12s, you have to put a lot of brain power into thinking about your hand movements. Instead of the cuts, instead of both hands together, you have to really focus on one hand. This could just be something in my head, I don't know, but I think this controller itself has really upped my level a little bit. And that's it. And then up top, I don't think we need to go over this. Just you got your normal 3-band EQ, booth master, your trim. You got your filter knobs here, which for some reason, I don't even use filter knobs anymore. I'm pretty bad. Like, this is something I want to challenge myself to doing, is using more effects. Like, I got this duck down feature, never use it. The break is okay. The reverb on this thing sounds so nice, but I use echo all of the time. So I want to challenge myself to use more effects. Like, I got a lot of effects on this thing right here. Just these 6 here are nice. The reverb's fire, duck down's fire, echo's fire, spin. I'll probably just do my own backspin, but you never know. And then your flanger, but I don't use them. I literally only use echo all day. So I want to challenge myself to really get out of my comfort zone and start using other things. I have them all right here. Everything that comes in, the auto, like the tap, the auto BPM, I do believe it all works like as it says. Everything is so dummy proof, like it's good to go. You can change 3/4, half echo, 1/3, 1/4. And from what I know, the 1/3 is something very only Pioneer will do. It's either the 3/4 or the 1/3. It's something strictly Pioneer does, so it's different. And that's about it. You got your parameters, like everything is pretty normal. Love the pads. Pads feel nice. It feels like a proper Pioneer mixer, like the proper version mixer. And this is something I was missing for a long time because, as I said, I had that Rane 72. I was not a fan. I don't even know why I hate on the Rane 72 so much, but something about it was just like, I was not a fan about it. And there we go. So apart from that, I think that's it. We'll check the front here. We got obviously our aux cable, fire, headphones. You can do regular headphones or just the plug-in. So if you got just like an in-ear monitor, you can plug it in. You got your crossfader, curve, channel, curve up top, reverse mode, feeling adjust. The feeling adjust is really nice too. Like, there's such a noticeable difference. Like right now it's tight, still tight, and that's loose. Like, it just by itself, buttery, doesn't move. Buttery, doesn't move. So really nailed it with the faders, absolutely killed it. And then your mics, you got your 2 mics, incredible. Frequency and then an echo, and that's it, guys. I love this controller. It gets a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Negatives, like, I wish I had something negative to say about it, but I don't. It's like, it's just my butthurtness about there's no notch here. Like, I'm just gonna be mad about that for the rest of my life. But apart from that, like, what can I'm really trying to think here about what I can say bad about this controller. Something that gets me angry. And honestly, it's the notch here. It's the no effects on the aux cable. What else, man? I'm trying. Somebody tell me what sucks about... Drop in the comments right now what sucks about the Rev7 so I can agree with you. I really want to agree with you, but I don't know. It is what it is. So, love seeing you guys here. This has been my Pioneer DDJ Rev7 6-month review. Like, this thing is fire. If you're on the fence about buying this thing, take it from me. I've played on a lot of DJ gear, probably 10, 12 plus kits. This is the one. Like, this is it. It's in your, like, one hand. You got it in your case. You pull into the club and it's good. Is it turntables? No. Is it as close as you're gonna get with the least amount of work? Yeah. The Rane 1, obviously good contender, but I don't know. It's the mixer. The mixer for me, this thing is like 1,000,000% better. The Pioneer mixers are no joke. Everyone knows Pioneer mixers are nothing to play with. And that's why I love it so much, for sure. It's this baby right here in the middle. These are good. Like, they're growing on me, for sure. I'm not mad at them anymore. I was mad when I first got it. Now it is what it is. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to this fire. Let me know what you guys, if you guys want more Rev7 content, like actually breaking down functions, teaching you parts of the Rev7, because I want to help you guys out. Anytime people drop questions, you'll see that I make videos to respond to them. So make sure you drop a question, and I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. Let's go, the DJConnect.com, fam.